Guys, welcome back to Southern Girl Cooks. So we had a request to do fried chicken. And so what I like to do with my fried chicken is I like to start with the brine, and brine is going to help ensure that we have crispy chicken on the outside but moist on the inside. So we're going to start with an egg, and I'll always link on the screen and in the description box how much I'm using. I'm not using a lot because I'm only cooking a few pieces. We're going to start by whisking this egg. We are going to add to the egg some buttermilk. This is the buttermilk that I'm using. I've got some salt and a little bit of sugar in here. So we're going to throw that in as well. And then we are going to get our chicken pieces. Like I said, I'm only cooking a few. So we're going to just throw that into the brine. And we are going to allow this to sit in the brine for at least 4 hours. Now I can leave it in this bowl, or you can throw it in a Ziploc bag. It's totally up to you. I think I'm going to put it in a Ziploc bag just because I have quite a few items in my refrigerator. Now, you want to make sure that the chicken is covered. So when you put it in your refrigerator, you want to lay it like this, and then maybe every hour or so you'll just flip it over, okay? Like that. Okay. So while we are allowing this to brine, we'll go ahead and mix up the ingredients for the batter that we're going to create. Okay guys, now it's time for us to make our batter. So we're going to start with some cornstarch, and I've just got some cornstarch that I picked up at Walmart. Then I've got some all-purpose flour, and if all you have is self-rising flour, that's fine. Don't feel compelled to go out and buy some all-purpose flour because that's what I'm using. And then what we're going to do is we've got a spice blend. Now you don't necessarily have to blend it together like I did, but what we have in our spice blend is some beautiful spices. So we're starting with some poultry seasoning. Then we've got some ground cayenne pepper. We've also got some ground black pepper. We've got just some paprika. Smoked paprika is fine as well. We've got some garlic powder. And as always, I'm going to make sure that I link on the screen and in the description box how much of each ingredient that you're going to use. So we're just going to go ahead and mix in our spices into our flour and cornstarch mixture. Now, I like to add hot sauce to mine, so you can add hot sauce, or you can add sriracha, or you can just do without it. But you'll see that I'll be adding hot sauce to mine. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to add in some baking powder. And guys, believe it or not, we are almost finished with getting our batter prepared. So that's exciting stuff right there. You should be really proud of yourself. Guys, if you've not already done so, please, please, please smash that subscribe button. Also hit the bell notification so that every time that Southern Girl Cooks uploads a video, you will be amongst the first to know. So I've got some cold water that I'm just going to mix in. Guys, mix that in slowly so that you can avoid clumping. If you do have some clumping, that's fine. You can just add a little bit of water to get rid of those clumps. By a little bit, I mean maybe a teaspoon and a half to a tablespoon at a time. You want to make sure that when you're creating your batter that it's a nice smooth batter. You're really looking for a pancake batter consistency. You'll see that mine is a little bit thin here, so what you'll end up seeing me do is just to add a little bit of flour back into that mixture. And there I am splashing in that hot sauce that I previously mentioned. And again, I'll just be adding some flour in to thicken that up a little bit. Now, if you need to introduce in some more flour, I would say do it maybe a tablespoon at a time so that you don't get it too thick. And if you are, for whatever reason, out of flour, you can also use, if you've got some cornstarch left, you can thicken it up using that cornstarch that's already mixed in the batter as well. You can thicken it up using that. Guys, make sure that you're taking your time with this and that you're mixing your batter up very, very well. And 4 hours since we brined our chicken, we've got our batter here. We're going to just give this batter a whirl. And guys, if you think it's thick, it's a little too thick, you can always add a little bit of water to it. Just make sure that when you're adding the water that you add it about a teaspoon at a time. And that's what I'm going to do. Get it nice and mixed in. Okay, so we are going to introduce our chicken into the batter. Guys, while we're doing that, we've got our oil off to the side heating. Want to get that oil to 350 degrees. Now let's just stir that chicken in there. Now, I'm going to let that sit for a minute or so, and I am going to check the temperature of the oil. I'm going to start to pull the pieces out. You want to let as much of the batter drain off as you can. If you have a rack that you can use to allow some of it to drain, you can do that. My rack is being used for something else, so I'm just using this bacon rack, which doesn't really get the chicken out of the way of the excess batter, but it's what we're going to use. Okay, use what we have. All right, so we've got our oil to 350 degrees, so we're just going to drop our chicken in there. And guys, I always say it, don't feel the need to crowd out your skillet or your pot. You want to make sure that you're creating a nice, beautiful coating on your chicken or whatever it is you're frying. So please don't crowd your skillet. Alright guys, let's go ahead and take that chicken out. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. Now, I cook mine a little crispier. You don't have to cook yours quite this crispy, but that's what I like to do with mine. So now that we have prepared our chicken, it's time to taste it. I had to let it cool off because I can't do hot chicken, hot anything. I hope you can hear that crunch. Oh. The flavors work together nicely. That's really good. If you can see how moist that is, and that comes from brining. Okay, I use honey. As always, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next recipe video. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and comment button.